Last week, I shared 11 lessons from doing over 100 million in surplus funds deals, and I promised you that more lessons were coming. So today, I'm back with more. Since 2018, I've trained hundreds of students inside of the surplus funds business. And I'm gonna back up every lesson with a real student story so you can see exactly how this works in real life. If you want to hear these stories directly from my students, go to my student results playlist. You'll find almost 70 interviews with people who joined my program and got amazing results. Now let's go ahead and start with lesson number 12. You need a proper CRM. If you're still running your business out of a notebook or a basic spreadsheet, you are actively bleeding money every single week. Think about it. What happens when your business starts to scale? You've got 50 leads, then you have 100, then 500. You're going to forget who called you last Tuesday, you're gonna forget to follow up, and you're gonna lose deals that you already put the work into finding. Once that happens, your motivation tanks, you blame yourself, and essentially you quit. So lesson number 12 is to get a CRM like Access Elite and let it do the remembering for you. My student Rusty, he set up automated texts all through the CRM, so while he's at the gym working out, his follow-up is automated and he doesn't have to think about it manually. That's the only way to go from one deal per month to multiple deals per week and make life-changing money. Lesson number 13. This one hurts new people's egos, but it's gonna save you so many deals. Sometimes you have to drop your percentage if you want the deal. You quote a claimant at 35% and they hesitate. You can sense them pulling away. And instead of negotiating, you dig your heels, and because you're thinking, this is my rate and I'm worth it, and they'll just walk away. Now you've earned 0% of $0. Any percentage of a signed deal is better than 100% of nothing. So lesson number 13 is to be flexible on your fee, especially on the bigger deals. My student Eddie initially asked for 30% that the claimant hesitated on. So Eddie texted them back with a 25% offer that allowed him to close the deal. The client signed the very next day, and that deal was worth $10,250 for him. Being flexible doesn't make you weak if you do it right. Lesson number 14, I see students skip trace entire categories of deals before they're even intimidated by the paperwork. The biggest one is deceased claims. Most people see that the original owner is deceased and they close the file because they don't understand probate. They don't want to deal with the court process and they assume it's going to just take forever. But here's the thing, every deal they skip is a deal that somebody else is going to pick up. And those deals are often the biggest checks in the entire business because almost nobody is willing to wait. So lesson number 14 is to embrace deceased claims because that's where sometimes the biggest amounts are hiding. My student Connie, she's 70 years old. She's a retired physical therapist. She waited over a year for a deceased claim to move through court probate. And when it finally paid out, it was a $353,000 surplus with a $70,000 success fee on her very first deal in this business. Now lesson number 15, you can do every single step of this process perfectly and still lose the deal at the very last second because of friction at the signing stage. Think about this, you spent weeks building trust and the claimant is finally ready to sign. Then you tell them to print out the agreement, sign it, blue ink, scan it, and email it back. Most of them don't own a printer, and the other half will simply procrastinate. And while they're procrastinating, your competitors show up with a mobile notary and a one-click e-signature link. So lesson number 15 is to eliminate every bit of friction in the entire signing process. My student Adrian, he used to send agreements by email for people to print and scan, and that was simply a nightmare. So he switched to RabbitSign so that he can be able to get those e-signatures, and his closing rate shot up overnight. Another student, Joe, he refuses to leave documents with a client. The second they say yes, he sends a mobile notary to their house, and the very next day he's getting them back because he doesn't want to give them time with second guessing or signing with somebody else. Speed wins in every single business. Now before I get into the next lesson, really quickly, if you need help starting a surplus funds business and getting fresh lists every single day, you should join the Surplus Funds Profit System. You'll get daily surplus funds lists that have fully skip trace leads, weekly live training calls, an attorney network ready to work with you, and a whole lot more. If you want that level of hand-holding so that you can close deals on a consistent basis like hundreds of my students, go ahead and click the first link in the description below so that you can apply. Okay, now back to the lesson. Lesson number 16, a lot of students restrict themselves by falling in love with their home state. Here's the thing, if you only work your home state, you're limited to the deals that happen there. Some states and counties are actually so. So if they're oversaturated and they're moving slow, why would you want to work it? Meanwhile, there are 49 other states that you can target. This will make your life a lot easier. This business runs on a phone, an email, and a laptop, and location is not a limitation. So lesson number 16 is that you don't have to get fixated on your state. My student Adrian literally lives in Ecuador and he manages a full team that closes deals for him remotely. His location has nothing to do with his income, and you can do the same. If you are retired and you want to live abroad, or you love being a digital nomad, this is a great business that you can run from anywhere in the world while going after surplus funds deals in multiple US states. Lesson number 17, the single most common objection you'll hear in this business is this sounds like a scam. Most people won't say that directly, but you can sense it in the way that they respond and the things that they actually ask. If you can learn how to get through that objection smoothly, you'll be able to close way more deals. Remember, the claimant has been taught their whole life to hang up on anyone who calls about money. You cannot convince them with words. Your job is to shift the energy and actually show them proof. So lesson number 17 is to take them straight to the source to build trust. And that source is the county. When my student Damien ran into a super skeptical family, he didn't argue with them. He offered to physically meet them at the county auditor's office so that they could verify the funds and the right person at the government building. When they got there and they went through the records, they actually discovered that real scammers had already been trying to steal the family's identity and take those funds. So Damien didn't just close the deal, he also saved them from being robbed. Doing that for every deal might be impossible, but you need to somehow show people enough official proof before they trust you with their signature. Most people trying to do this business fail at doing that. And lesson number 18, most people ignore smaller claims that are under 10,000 simply because the reward doesn't seem worth their time. But those small claims can actually fuel your entire business. So lesson number 18 is to be creative with your deals and charge an upfront flat fee to prepare the paperwork for the claimant instead of charging a fee and waiting to get paid months. You are actually going to stack the smaller flat fee deals every single week, and that is going to be consistent cash flow, and this is what keeps your business running while you're waiting for the big checks to actually hit. Lesson number 19, this is the lesson that stops most people from getting rich in this business. They have completely unrealistic expectations about how long deals take. People think they're going to sign a contract on Monday and have money in their bank account by Friday. And that's wishful thinking, but the truth is, payouts can typically take anywhere from 30 to even 120 days or even longer. California tax sales, for example, can take over a year. If you're not mentally prepared for that, then the waiting will break you long before any of your deals actually pay out. So lesson number 19 is to stop obsessing over payout times and just keep filling your pipeline. My student Ken knew that California tax sales could take up to a year, but he didn't sit around waiting. He just kept relentlessly filling his pipeline, and 6 months in, he closed 23 deals. Lesson number 20, sometimes the claimant isn't just hard to reach. Sometimes they're on the other side of the planet. Most people in this business take one look at the situation and walk away, which is exactly why those deals are easier to close, because you are the only person who actually tried. So lesson number 20 is to not give up on a claimant just because they're overseas or hard to reach. My student Danielle tracked down an elderly gentleman living in Colombia who didn't speak English and had no idea his vacant US lot had even been foreclosed on. She used Google Translate to communicate with him over WhatsApp, and she recovered $87,000 for him. In another case, Danielle helped a woman who was incarcerated recover over $21,000. She'd have a financial safety net waiting for her when she actually got out. These are deals that most surplus funds agents would have simply given up on, but a little perseverance can go a long way. And lesson 21, this is probably the most important lesson in the entire video. The students who close the most deals and love running this business aren't the ones who push the hardest. They're the ones who actually care. Remember, The people you're calling just lost their home. Some are sleeping in their cars. Some are fighting eviction notices. Some just lost a parent. If you treat them like a transaction, they're going to feel it and they're going to walk away. So lesson 21 is to lead with empathy every single time. My student Marsha closed a $126,000 deal for a struggling mother in Alabama who was constantly pulling eviction notices off of her door, so her high school children wouldn't even see them. Marsha didn't just chase paperwork, she listened, she cared, and she got that claim paid out in just 33 days. My student Pat is a retired nurse, so she takes it even further. She actually researches local food banks and utility assistance programs in those states where she works, just so she can help her clients beyond the surplus funds. That's how she earns the trust and respect of her clients. Care more than the next person and you'll close more deals than the next person, because you treat this business with ethics, not transaction. Lesson number 22, this is the biggest one of all because none of the other lessons matter if you don't do this one. You have to take action. 95% of the people who try surplus funds fail. Not because they weren't smart enough, not because they didn't have the information, but because they got stuck in analysis paralysis. Yeah, they watched videos, they took notes, but they never actually picked up the phone. And here's the crucial truth. The longer you wait to start, the harder it's gonna get. My student Anthony heard about this business at a bachelor party. He joined my program, started researching deals, and closed a $192,000 deal in his very first week, which his take home was over $67,000. That's more than the median yearly income in the United States, and he did that in his first week. Now, if you want to actually do this business and succeed as quickly as possible, click the first link in the description and apply for the Surplus Funds Profit System. And if you haven't watched the first video with the rest of the tips, click the video on the screen and I'll see you guys on the next video.